Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So today, President Salva Kiir has promoted Benjamin Bol Mel from a position of a lieutenant general to the rank of a general in the Sspdf or in the army.
Okay.
Bol Mel is the vice president of South Sudan.
Doctor.
Oh, Dr. Bol Mel is a vice president in South Sudan.
Or the economic cluster.
Yes. So my question is a vice president position a civilian position or is a military position? Why are they promoting somebody already who is a vice president in the army ranking?
He was already in the army. That's why he was a lieutenant general, right? So as a businessman, he was kind of registered in the army. It's debatable either he was in active duty or not. Yeah. So him becoming the vice president does not prevent him from moving up the ranks in the military. That's why you find that even like people, let's say people like the president, their positions keeps on changing, right? Like they could have started as general and all that, and then they start from that lieutenant general position up. So the same applies to him. He was a lieutenant general. He did not leave the army completely. I think he was part of the Jesh Army, the Red Army.
So what you're trying to say that is in the military, but he's also serving in the civilian
As the vice
government.
president, yes.
So he still has to be more promoted in the army.
Yes.
I differ with that because there should be a way that if you move to civilian position like a vice president, I think it should be a civilian position. Then you're supposed to resign from the army and become a politician, a civilian politician. Because when you go to other countries like Tanzania, Kenya, and I don't think Uganda is very murky. It's very murky to determine that.
Not a good example.
Yes. So when you look at, let's say, Rigathi Gachagua, when he was a vice president, and then got impeached.
The deputy president.
So you see there, it was a civilian. He was holding a civilian position of a deputy president. The same thing to Kindiki, and even
no, but this guy, what's his name? Rigathi. He was never in the army, but he previously served in the civil servant as a civil servant in the capacity of a DO around Molo and Joro there within Nakuru. I think it's part of Nakuru County at the moment. So he was just a civilian politician.
No.
I guess that's why he didn't have the position.
No. Like, let's just say in other countries it's different.
Kindiki was a professor.
And a lawyer.
Dr. Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Yeah, but he was the Minister for Interior up to around 2024. And then when Rigathi was...
But like what I'm trying to say here, these people are holding civilian position.
Yes.
So if we come to South Sudan and say a vice president, it should be a civilian position. Let's say from the time that Bol Mel moved now to the position of a vice president, this idea of promoting him in the army should have stopped from there and focus with his politics of becoming either president, because the presidency that is remaining. But it becomes a little bit tricky when you are in a civilian position and then you are still being promoted in the army.
Hold your military rank.
Okay, but to put everything in perspective, let me ask you this question. Is South Sudan being run as a military rule or is it a civilian rule?
Military. Because all these people, you see, President Salva Kiir Mayardit, he's a general. Yeah. And then all those top politicians, they were once part of the SPLM. And we've never held any elections to elect our to elect the president of our choice. So that's why you see all these people are general something, all those things. So it's a military rule at the moment. And that's why you find that a lot of times they have difficulties with adjusting to criticism or taking criticism positively. Because, in the military, everything is about talimat, right? So if you question what they are doing, they are not used to that. That's why they easily snap, and then kidogo kidogo you hear someone has been eliminated or they have been detained at the Blue House. Yeah, what do you think? Is it a civilian or military?
No, it doesn't look like a civilian. Because if it is a civilian rule, then there's no need of promoting people that are already serving in the civil service or those that have already become politicians, promoting them again in the army. But again, this thing is just going to be a military rule of which they deny it, but they should accept it. And the reason why it is very murky for them, or it's very difficult for them to differentiate the two, is that when the whole thing started, when they came from the SPLA, there were no politicians. All of them were generals. And they have to keep that the same command, maybe, for the ruling.
Okay.
But there should be a transition so that we say now, okay, let's differentiate the two. Let the army be army, has nothing to do with the civilian rule, nothing to do with the running of the government. And then they stay on their own, they promote themselves. And then we say people that have already got into the public service and already politician, they should stick with that rule. If you were a general from there, that thing has stopped. You are now a politician, you have to fight for your position as a politician. But you don't have to hold two positions that if the civilian rule does not hold well, then you run back to your military position.
Okay, I think Google is backing you. Because I just checked, like, when a lieutenant general becomes a politician, do they lose their military rank? And then the answer is no. A lieutenant general does not inherently lose their military rank when they become a politician. They typically transition from active military service to retirement, retaining their highest rank, and then pursue political careers, often drawing upon their extensive military leadership experience. While they are no longer serving on active duty, they do not forfeit the achieved military rank, which may even be an honorary position in some circumstances. Yeah, so I think that's why they are still promoting them, right, to the highest. But it doesn't mean you are still an active part of the army. But in this case, this is not the case with the appointment of Bol Mel. Yeah, South Sudan is a special type of country.
Has its own way of ruling itself.
Yeah, you'll hold those positions.
Two of them consecutively.
Yeah. And then you can switch in between, and you'll find someone, I don't know how to say that in English, because of their military thing. And when they attend, let's say, state functions, they might even decide to put on military clothes with their ranks. Yeah. But I think the only person who can do that is a president, because he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
CNC. Right? Yeah, that one is acceptable. Even when in a civilian, when a civilian politician become a president, he become the CNC.
Yes.
And he can command the army.
Yeah.
Because it's having the interest of the entire country that include the army itself.
Yes.
But these other people, and the vice president and ministers, I don't think they should be having those ranking again. Yes, if people were to go back, they would still be known as that they were lieutenant general or they were general.
Yeah.
From when they transitioned from there. But they should not be promoted on active role again when they have already moved into a different position in a civilian role. That's how I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah. But I saw some people that were saying that it seemed like the country is being run on a military rule, and for you to get to a higher position in the country, take for example being a president, you need that title on you too. Like as a lieutenant general, you cannot become a president without that title. So that's why you need it to prove that you are now okay to take over the presidency.
But it doesn't make sense, right? Like you just said, if you are already a president, you automatically become the head of the army. So regardless of what position in the military rank you held, it doesn't matter at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I don't really understand why in South Sudan they'll be doing that. And I searched again when a lieutenant general becomes a politician, can they be promoted in the military ranks to a general? And Google said no. A lieutenant general who becomes a politician cannot be promoted to a higher military rank because they are no longer on active military service.
Yes.
While they may have held a high rank like lieutenant general upon entering politics, they enter a new career path, and the military promotion system is for active duty personnel. They could potentially be appointed to positions in government that involve working with or for the military, such as a congressional liaison, but this is a civilian role.
Or Minister of Defense. Because even like when you go to Kenya, women are being appointed as ministers of defense or executive secretary, something.
Yeah, like the current Minister of Defense in Kenya is actually a woman.
Yes, but they're from the civilian, like they don't have.
Yeah, she doesn't have any military
background, but she's the Minister of Defense. So like when you move into the politics or the civilian positions, you're not supposed to continue being promoted. Unless we say that as South Sudan, we
have our own rules.
Yes, we can just mix the two.
We do things the way we deem fit.
Yes.
This is enlightening.
Because for me, I don't see any big difference, right? If people make the argument that is to make him the president, then by default, that even a civilian president becomes C&C, Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, right? So you don't need to be promoted to become commander. So long as you have become the president, you become that position.
Yeah.
And that's how Uhuru was. All the presidents of Kenya, once they become president, they become Commander-in-Chief.
All the presidents worldwide and prime ministers, they are the commanders-in-chief of the armed forces, regardless of whatever system of governance that you practice.
Even if you were a teacher or you were a nurse or a doctor, you automatically become
a cleaner.
Yes.
Any position. So
or a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, countries. Or a comedian. Yeah. Ukraine.
Zelensky.
He was a comedian.
Yes.
The president of Madagascar. He was a DJ.
And then I think Emmanuel Macron
was a what?
I don't know, but
no, I only know the story of him and the wife in school, nothing else.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
So even a DJ can become the C&C. You don't have to be like promoted into those positions. But South Sudan is a different country. So they're trying everything. It seemed like when they came from the SPLA, I think, they had a document that guided them. So that they seem to be following the same document. And for the civilian rule that they have stepped into, they have not been able to create one. So then now they differentiate the two. Then let the army be aside and let the civilian rules be aside. Yeah, but
Emmanuel Macron was an investment banker prior to entering politics.
Yes, and became C&C. Oh, people are lucky in this country.
No, there's no luck. Like you have to be very popular or famous. But not social media famous, because those numbers don't translate into votes. Yeah, but like if by any chance you are popular amongst people, let's say like for example the current president of Senegal, he was in the prison, right? Like a day to elections, I think, or 3 days prior to the elections. But then his friend who was trying to run for presidency was kind of, I think the incumbent government was trying to prevent him from running. So that's why both of them were sent to jail.
Yes, so both of them were sent, and then I think there was something
They
that
were
Sonko
released.
was charged about that prevented
I think
him
treason, yeah.
that prevented him from running as the president.
Yeah.
So when this guy came out, it backed up this guy, and the whole support went to the new guy.
Osman.
Yes. All right, so that one is, we haven't really differentiated between the military rule and civilian rule in South Sudan, but it seems like it's a military rule. We're not going to lie to ourselves based on how they're still doing things.
Rule. Yeah.
So my next question is the narrative of a cow owner and a lion still relevant, or it was just a fantasy story?
Who was the lion? Remind us.
For the people that went into conclusion, they say that the cow owner is Adut, and Unuweng is Adut, and the lion is Bol Mel.
Who is, the lion is attacking the cow.
Yes. And now the cow owner has come, and the conclusion was made that...
Who was the cow? Kidid?
Yes, or his government. It was something complicated, but for the cow owner and the lion, those one people were direct to point who they are.
That the lion, metaphorically, was supposed to mean Bol Mel, who's trying to manipulate.
There were people that ran into direct conclusion saying it's Bol Mel, and cow owner, the new senior presidential envoy.
Yes.
And people were, now lion has to run away.
So she's now coming to protect her father, the cow.
Yes.
And his legacy.
So is this story still relevant, or this is just a fantasy story?
Hot hair.
Yes. So this story, it can be relevant and it cannot be relevant. It can be relevant in this way, that if Atanyuwek did not mean Bol Mel, then it's still relevant. Maybe they're just still looking for that lion, if Atanyuwek meant that. But if Atanyuwek meant that Bol Mel was the lion that he has to run now, then the story itself is a fantasy. So it all depends. But Bol Mel, no, Atanyuwek himself said that it was not Bol Mel, it was other people that were making conclusion.
Okay. So who did he mean is the lion in that case?
It did not say.
Then we stick with Bol Mel.
Okay, then the whole thing now is a fantasy.
Yes, it's a fallacy, because if you look at Adut and Bol Mel, these two are said to have a working relationship. And when Adut was appointed as the senior presidential envoy for special programs, Bol Mel did not issue congratulations. And all the other vice presidents and some senior politicians, they didn't issue, but Bol Mel's case became like the talk of town, I think, following the narrative of the owner of the cow. And then finally, Adut started going around meeting all the vice presidents except Dr. Riek Machar. So when they met, people saw, okay, they then shifted the thing to this person was not genuine in smiling and all that. So if true that Bol Mel was the lion in that case, then by now he should not be promoted. Instead, he would be demoted slowly until he's kicked out of the party. Now that President Kiir already has his 3 children within the government.
Yeah, within the government.
Yeah, he can just decide to promote one of them to become the first deputy chairperson of the party. And then once he retires, the child becomes the automatic presidential candidate, and then takes over like Uhuru Kenyatta.
No, Uhuru came after 2 presidents.
Yeah.
Passed in between.
What I mean is that one of his children became a president too, after the father had led the country for this long. Yeah.
Yeah, man, there are a lot of stories online, and there are a lot of stories being made up on what exactly is happening in South Sudan. But I would say nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Because I saw some people that were saying that Salva Kiir is planning to exit the political scene, but in the process, he does not want to leave Machar behind.
Yeah,
so he's looking for a
going
way.
down together.
Yeah, so he's looking for a way that him and Machar have to go, and then they bring up other people.
He has refused the narrative of Ngundeng prophecy, saying that Riek Machar would be the president. And that's what a lot of his supporters believe. I'm very sure someone will come under the comments
The thing with
to tell us how he must become the president.
prophecy come with religion,
Yeah.
right? And okay, there's people that live in the traditional way, and there are people that are moved to the new
to realistic ways.
Yes, and to the new religion of Christianity or Muslim. Yeah, it depends with how.
It's really hard. Like,
yes.
You can't really debate with those who believe in the prophecies of Ngundeng.
Yes.
They believe strongly that Riek Machar will one day become the president. And then, based on the current happenings, that might not come true. And if it doesn't come true, then not all prophecies are meant to come true.
Miracle can happen, so you cannot rule it out. For
No,
now.
I'm saying
Something
may or might not happen. But some people believe it has to happen because it was prophesied. There are so many things that are prophesied and they don't happen. Prophet Owor recently said the world was coming to an end in August. I think he said by August 2nd, 2025.
Now we are in September. But the thing is, the prophecy itself, when was it said?
I think it's long ago. I don't really know because most of that is written in the Nuer language.
But the context of the prophecy has to be known. For me, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just people talking of it. But let's say Ngundeng was alive at the time that Machar was born.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe. But if Ngundeng was not alive when Machar was born, then it might be like was said it will be in his family, a male child. Riek Machar was born, and that's. But again, it will take us a little bit more and say when Ngundeng was alive and telling people that this person will be the leader. Did you know of other South Sudanese around South Sudan in general? Or you knew only of the Nuer people and were prophesying that this guy will be a Nuer leader. He will rule them. Or it was somebody, Ngundeng was somebody that knew there were other South Sudanese, other tribes all over, but this young man is going to rule all the tribes in these boundaries that are called South Sudan. Then it will become relevant. But if Ngundeng was just in his village where he was living and he didn't know other part of the country, then it was applicable to the people that it knew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we might have to tackle that because I've just come across something about it, but it's a very long passage on Facebook. So I'll share that to you.
Yeah. This thing
the interpretation kind of differs from how a lot of people have said it. And on Twitter, I once came across one of that books that is written in Nuer. And I was asking some of my Nuer friends to try and translate what that said. And most of them were like, this one is tough to explain because it's the deep dialect. Yeah, something that, like in Dinka, right? There are some words that you can't understand or translate. So it's the same. English. It's that.
You have to be a native speaker to really understand it.
No, even for a native speaker. Like
they can understand it, but they cannot translate it to you because it will have to go through several words.
They can't even translate it. That's the problem. Like it's that deep. It's like when you go to, let's say, to the interior. For myself, if I go back to my village, there are some things that they will say in Dinka, like the deep Dinka words,
will you
which I might not understand
what it say.
Yes, or I might not translate to someone who doesn't know Dinka. Yeah.
Yes, but let's put that one aside, the issue of the prophecy.
Yeah, but like based on what is currently happening, President Kiir doesn't want to leave Riek Machar with any chance of ever leading. Because if he takes leadership, then this is my own speculation. He might end up frustrating him because of all this torture, being under house arrest and all that. Or he will decide to revenge to Kidi directly. And he might even decide to, now that all these powers belong to the president, he can decide to appoint his family, in-laws, and relatives, and then demote anyone that has anything to do with Kir.
But it won't be a big problem, right? Because that's what is being done right now. The thing is,
it's never a big problem until it becomes your problem.
Yes, because people are still being appointed, people related to the leader, right? So if he come and appoint his family members too,
and demote this family.
Yes. But it won't be good because it might create a lot of division here. But anyway, that time has not come. But when it comes to this issue of saying if so and so take over the leadership is going to revenge, I've heard these stories all over. And that's the same fear that people in Uganda are fearing. They say if somebody else take it from Museveni family, Museveni is afraid of that because they will suffer. The same thing goes to Kenya. People have been
Raila. That's why he has been
but those
to become the president for the last almost 5 elections.
Yeah, but those ones sometimes they're just stories of what people say because you don't really know what is inside the person, right?
Yeah.
So when they get what they really want, they might change and work for the better.
Yes.
So we encourage you now. But anyway, the young man has been promoted to
it's not
to
everyone
general.
When they get what they want. They become better leaders. We know Kasongo.
This guy is praying so hard. His God of prayer is answering them daily. Bol Mel.
He should show us the side that he faces whenever he prays.
Yes.
He's a Catholic, by the way. You've seen him wear something like on his hand.
Yeah.
Looks like a bracelet. Yeah, that's a rosary.
But it's better just to be a traditionalist because
why?
The religion came with the white people.
Whites. But he's called Dr. Benjamin. So even that name is a white person name.
Yeah, they're supposed to drop it. So I'm saying religion came with these people.
Okay.
Before that, we had ancestors that used to pray something that they used to pray.
Okay.
And now because they did not they were not able to see the current religion, God. The new God. They're rotting in hell.
They will be judged based on their time.
Yeah.
And all of us will be judged based on the current times.
Hey, story for religion next time. But think about that. Our old ancestors that died before the coming of the colonizers. What is happening to them?
Okay, the thing is, I thought you would say, this person is that staunch Christian who even wears his rosary, but his deeds are not in accordance with what the Bible says.
No, that was not my thing. It was when we were talking of the prayers where you were saying
where he faces.
Yes, and he even had that rosary for the Catholics. I was just trying to debunk the fact that it's not about prayers. Who you pray for. Yeah,
it's hard work. Si uchawi ni maombi na hard work. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for Jimosi podcast. Please consider subscribing
and drop your congratulations
and confirm. Yes, and confirm if this is a military rule or it is a civilian rule. What is happening in South Sudan?
Okay.
Yes.
And when we move away from the kind of regime we have,
yes,
we should strike.
Yes.
All right. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing and share the video with your friends and relatives.